Trustees of Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District is now convened, and I'd like to thank you for everyone sing along, please, now. Good night. We'll be caroling tonight. You see the festive stuff behind me? It's good to be the king. The Board of Trustees of Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District is now convened in a regular meeting on Monday, December 9th, 2013, in the arena of the Berry Educational Support Center, 8877 Barker Cypress, Cypress, Texas, at 6 p.m. I want to welcome the members of our audience and our television viewers to this meeting of the Board of Trustees. As the Cypress-Fairbanks Board of Trustees, we're here to set goals, listen to reports, approve budgets, contracts, personal appointments, and make policy for the district. It is not the role of the board to make day-to-day operational decisions. The management and day-to-day operations of the district are the responsibility of the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to resolve concerns and issues. This is a public meeting of the Board of Trustees, not a meeting of the public. Prior to this meeting, board members received information related to items on tonight's agenda. Agenda items will not necessarily be handled in the order listed on the notice. The meeting is open to all who wish to attend and hear the matters discussed. During the course of this meeting, the board may determine that a closed session is necessary. In that event, the board will meet in closed session to consider matters duly posted for this meeting as permitted by Section 551.071 to 551.084 inclusive of the Texas Government Code. These proceedings are airing live on CFTV Channel 16 and CFTV online on the district website. They will also be rebroadcast throughout the month on Channel 16 and available as video on demand on the website. And on a personal note, I hope they cut out the screw up at the beginning, but that's just my own opinion. For the tape to adequately reflect the proceedings, I respectfully ask that you please refrain from talking while others are talking and that cell phones are turned off or in silent mode. Thank you for taking the time to join us this evening and for your interest in the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District. Tonight's invocation will be presented by Teresa Hull, Associate Superintendent for Governmental Relations, Communications, and Chief of Staff. Langham Creek High School JROTC cadets presenting the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance are Laura Rojas, Juan Rios, Kayla Herrera, and Allison Guthrie. Their sponsors are Lieutenant Colonel Paul Marks and Master Sergeant Anthony Bullock. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Let us pray. Dear God, as we prepare for the holidays, we are reminded of all that you have given us. There are so many of our students and district employees who are passing these blessings on to others who are in need right here in our community. Thank you for opening the hearts of so many. We congratulate and give thanks for those students who are graduating this month and for those who are being recognized this evening. We ask that you continue to watch over them as they make decisions for their future. And Lord, we realize that this time of year can be especially difficult for those who have lost loved ones and for those whose family members are away defending our country. There are many who feel alone in facing the challenges of life. We pray they find hope and comfort in the peace you offer. We ask that your presence remain in this room tonight as our Board of Trustees and Superintendent work together to serve our children and community. In your holy name we pray, amen. pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you to the Langham Creek Cadets. At this time, I'd also like to recognize our television crew tonight. They are from Cypress High School. We appreciate them coming out tonight and helping with the broadcast. Board Member Bob Covey will read the district's vision and mission statement for the benefit of the audience.
Our vision statement is learn, empower, achieve, dream. The acronym is LEAD. Our mission statement, maximize every student's potential through rigorous and relevant learning experiences, preparing students to be the 21st century global leaders.
Thank you, Mr. Covey. During the Committee of the Whole meeting on Thursday evening, the board recognized Harris County Mud, number 168, and number 29 for their contribution to the playground and facilities at Emmett Elementary. We will now move on to this evening's special recognitions portion of the agenda items. Agenda item 1B, the board will recognize 62 students from the Arnold Middle School Men's Choir who were selected as a Texas Music Educators Association Honor Choir for 2014, the highest honor a middle school choir may receive in Texas. Our presenter is Larry Matashak. Larry?
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. Tonight we recognize the Arnold Middle School Men's Choir, who, as you said, has been selected as the TMEA Honor Choir for 2014. The Texas Music Educators Association received hundreds of applications for this prestigious honor each year. The recordings of these groups are judged by a distinguished panel of adjudicators from across the state, with only a few being selected as an honor choir. These groups are here to serve as an example to other schools of excellence in music education. The Arnold Middle School Men's Choir will perform a concert at TMEA Association Annual Clinic and Convention in San Antonio. They'll perform on February 13th in front of hundreds of music educators from Texas and across the nation. Gershom Garcia is the head choir director at Arnold Middle School. He's assisted by Bradley Acree and Marie Pariseau. Students, if you will please come forward when I call your name to be recognized, and then take your place on the riser. We have Renee Aguilera, Victor Alvarez, Nathan Austin, Jeremy Ball, Ethan Brashear, Jack Burgoyne, Matthew Carroll, Solomon Carter, Jose Cisneros, and Josh Cisneros. Madison Dumache, Lucas Dietering, Aaron Divatur, Joseph Diaz, Brendan Dupree. Austin Ellis. Chandler Ellison. Josh Flores. Nicholas Ford. Nathan Franz. Josiah Garcia. Chad Goss. Shan Graywall. Franklin Guevara. Gavin Hefker. Roel Cosby. Gopan Krishnathiasan. Mark Kubinski. Tim LaFrance. Kellen Long. Dorian Minot. Aaron McCarsall. Charles McBenu. James Neese. Isaiah Perez. Devin Pretorius. George Ramirez. Keyshawn Robinson. Bobby Reyes. Joey Sandoval. Matthew Cifuentes. Nick Cifuentes. Gavin Smochek. Joseph Straps. Adam Sundquist. Tristan Tilley. Mitchell Tillman, Min Tran, Griffin Turley, Anthony Vasquez, Isaiah Washington, Connor Welch, Michael Wadowski, Darius Wilson, Ezekiel Wright, and Kurt Zuniga. Would you please give these students a round of applause for their accomplishment? We'd also like to recognize administrators from Arnold Middle School. I know Ms. Stackhouse is here. If you would please stand and be recognized back there. And if any parents of these young men are here, would you please stand and be recognized? We want to thank you for your hard work, and they're now going to sing two selections from the program they'll perform at TMEA. One piece will feature soloist Bradley Acree, who's one of the directors, Joshua Garcia, a student, and Tyler Resto, who is an alumnus of Arnold Middle School, who is now at PVA. So, Mr. Garcia.
Sing there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is falsehood, let me bring truth. Where there is pain, I'll comfort you. Where there is silence, let me sing praise. Where there's despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring sight. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. And with these words I speak, that I may not seek to be heard, but to hear, to be consoled, but to console, to be seen, but to see, to be loved, to be loved, to be loved, to make me an instrument of
Wow. Thank you to Mr. Garcia and the Arnold Middle School Men's Choir. It's kind of easy to see how they were an honor choir for 2014. I'd also like to point out that you folks in the audience are extremely lucky that we didn't charge y'all admission for that. That's something you should pay for right there. Let's give them another round of applause. That was amazing. That's just another small reflection that the fine arts are alive and well in Cypher ISD. Agenda item 1C, the board will recognize Perry Baird, Cypher High School, for earning the remarkable distinction as a third diamond coach in the National Forensic League. Presenter is Amy Ruby.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, and esteemed guests, it is my honor and privilege to present to you this evening a debate teacher who has earned his third Diamond Award by the National Forensic League. A debate coach must be active for a minimum of 15 years in the organization in order to receive this prestigious award. In addition, the students must earn a total of 30,000 points. Under Perry Beard's leadership since 1997, his students have earned over 64,000 points within this organization. What this means is this represents between 10 and 30,000 rounds of debate over the last 15 years. This grueling debate tournament schedule begins in August and ends at the end of June of each academic year, and few coaches have the tenacity and the success that Mr. Beard has earned. Over the last year and a half, Perry Beard has been the Cyfair High School debate coach. Under his tutelage, we've had a 5th place state winner at the Texas Forensic Association, as well as a 4th place finisher at the UIL state tournament. And this past weekend, Cypher High School earned their first team award, their team sweepstakes award, in at least over 8 years. So it is my honor and privilege to present this award to Perry Beard. He will be receiving a plaque this summer by the organization at the national tournament from the National Forensics League. I would like to take a moment and congratulate you, Perry, on a job well done. In addition, I would like for Perry's wife, Christy, to stand and be recognized. Debate occurs Friday and Saturday evenings, and without her support, I know that Perry would not have been able to achieve this honor. Perry, I'm so grateful that you have joined our Cyfair family, and in the past 2 years that you have been with us, you've been a mentor to new teachers, and you have revitalized the debate program at Cyfair High School, and you have been a tremendous support for the entire district. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I also think that Mike Smith was here earlier from Cypher High School. Mike, are you still here? Thank you for coming, Mike. Principal at Cypher High School. Agenda item 1D, the board will recognize Sammy Armstrong, Salyards Middle School, for receiving the Honor Medal, a National Life-Saving Award from the Boy Scouts of America. Sammy was responsible for saving a stranger's life. Our presenters tonight are from the Boy Scouts representatives, Mr. Paul Cohen and Mr. Mike Roberson. Gentlemen.
Mr. Covey, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, thank you for having us. Mike and I are very humbled this evening of being here. We had a lot of scouts in Cyfair, and very few times has this actually happened that we're able to make this type of presentation. Star Scout, Sammy, Troop 533 at Good Shepherd Methodist Church and Salyard Middle School. He's done this before, so he's very comfortable, a lot more so than we are, because we don't do this as much as he does. About a summer ago, Sammy and his family were hiking and kayaking near McKinney Falls. We were having a good time like all the other parents and families were, and it just so happened that a group of kids that were on top of the falls, about 15 foot tall, one of the young ladies, a 5-year-old, lost her footing and went over the falls. Nobody on the top could see her, and the parents and other adults on the side of the banks on the lower falls couldn't see her either because the undercurrent had pushed her up under the falls and was keeping her submerged. Only Sammy was close enough to even see her and swallowed what he knew about scouting and what he knew about life saving and went after the young lady. 30 pounds, about a 5-year-old, instantly became 200 pounds. This young lady was frantically trying to stay above water. He asked her 2 questions. Are you okay? She said yes. Good answer. She said, can you swim? Bad answer. No, I cannot swim. Where she proceeded to use him as a ladder to get on top of his head. Keeping his cool, got her pushed away, got her calm, and got her out from underneath the falls where lifesavers could help and help rescue her. I'd like for his family to come forward, if you don't mind. Governor Perry sends his appreciation and has given Sammy a commendation from Rick Perry, as well as the Boy Scouts of America have honored him with the Honor Medal for Unusual Heroism. This is is a very unusual young man. Very, very few kids, 1 in 100, might save a life in their lifetime. So please join me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cohen and Mr. Roberson, for taking time tonight to be here. That's an awesome award. Congratulations, Sammy. Agenda item 1E, the board will recognize Amar Maturu for winning the statewide You Be the Chemist Challenge. Presenters are Deb Hill and Linda Macias. Ms. Hill.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it's my pleasure to present to you this evening Amar Maturo, an 8th grade student at Hamilton Middle School, who distinguished himself this past summer by participating in the National You Be the Chemist National Challenge. You Be the Chemist is a fun and interactive academic competition for grades 5th through 8th grade students, and they learn about important chemistry concepts, scientific discoveries, and laboratory safety. More than 20,000 students participated in the initial challenge cycle. Amar won his 2nd consecutive regional championship as a 7th grader in February. He went on to win the state championship in April and represented Texas at the national competition in June. Competing among 27 of the best You Be the Chemist representatives from the United States, Amar showcased his science knowledge by advancing to the top 10 prior to an elimination round that narrowed down to 6. Amar's supporters this evening include Mary Patterson, who is the Hamilton Science Curriculum Content Instructional Specialist, who attended all the competitions with him, Kim Sempe, the principal of Hamilton, and his parents as well. So if they'd stand right now, I'd like for them to be recognized. Amar continues to challenge himself academically. Though an 8th grader at Hamilton Middle School, he's currently taking geometry and chemistry at Cypress-Fairbanks High School. In addition, we'd like to wish him continued success as he starts this year's round of competition on Thursday. Congratulations, Amar.
Congratulations, Amar. Miss Hartley took those same classes, but she was 22. You're right, that was me. Who are we kidding? Agenda item 1F. Wait. The board will recognize students from Cypress Creek, Cypress Ranch, and Cypress Woods High Schools who won 1st or 2nd place at the International Thespian Convention. Presenter will be Kelly Ellis.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is a pleasure to present to you this evening these outstanding students who have distinguished themselves in the area of theater arts. These accomplished students performed during the International Thespian Festival held this past June in Lincoln, Nebraska. Judges from across the nation adjudicated these students' performances and determined their rankings. Tonight we recognize 8 students from 3 of our high schools. Our honorees this evening balance many roles, not only their display of talents on the stage, but they also showcase their academic talents in the classroom, excelling across the board. They are indeed a fabulous group of well-rounded students headed toward a bright future. It is my extreme honor to recognize them this evening. First, we honor the students from Cypress Creek High School. We welcome Chad Dyer. Chad will come forward to receive his award for his 2nd place monologue performance of K2 and Scooter Thomas, Make It to the Top of the World, written by Patrick Myers and Peter Parnell. Also from Cypress Creek, we honor Bryce Phillips with his outstanding 1st place Stage Management Award for his work running the show, doing all the behind-the-scenes work for The Crucible by playwright Arthur Miller. These students are directed by theater teachers Marilyn Ocker and Michelle Smith. If you are a parent, administrator, family member, or a teacher of one of these students, please stand so you may be recognized. Congratulations. Okay, you're good. You can have a seat. Thank you. From Cypress Ranch High School, we recognize the ensemble of Meredith Ball, Bianca Galindo, Matt Jones, Megan Knight, and Kyle Wilganowski. Matt cannot be here this evening, but we're happy to recognize the rest of the group. These students earned a first place performance on the national stage for their performance of Peter and the Starcatcher. Not only did they win first place, but they had the opportunity to perform twice on 2 different main stage events. Also this night, as a special bonus we have in our audience, Mr. Logan Harper, who also performed at the national event. Logan is back tonight from college, and he won a first place since he was here. I thought I'd have him come up. A first place in his solo musical. He's joining us from his Nashville college. These students are directed by Cheryl Bradford, Jane Bankston, Andrew Price, and Charles Page. Congratulations, Cypress Ranch. If you are a parent or a family member or an administrator, please rise, because we know how many hours our parents support our students. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. Our final school this evening to step in the spotlight is Cypress Woods High School. Miss Ashton Croft earned a second place award for her talents in costume construction for the costumes she designed for Kiss Me, Kate, Lyrics and Lyrics by Terrence McNally, Mark Scheinman, and Scott Whitman. Ashton was directed by theater teachers Tim Estelle, Miguel Mimey, and Toby Drake. Will the parents of these students, family members, and administrators who supported these Wildcats please stand? Thank you, Ashton. Please allow me to close this evening by extending my congratulations to all these national award winners. We look forward to seeing your names on a Broadway marquee in the near future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Ellis. Logan, welcome home. Agenda item 1G, the board will recognize Ali Durkowski, who placed first in state and second in 2D architecture competition at the 2013 National Technology Student Association Contest. Robert Lippman, who placed second in on-site NQE computer-aided design CAD 3D engineering, and Taylor Frith Brown, who placed first for technical sketching at the state contest. Presenter is Mark Williams.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is a pleasure to present to you this evening 3 industrial technology education students who have distinguished themselves by placing first or second place in their respective categories at the Spring State Technology Student Association competition held in Waco, Texas, and qualifying for the National Technology Student Association contest, which was held at the Rosen Shingle Creek Resort in Orlando, Florida. Nationals included students from almost every state, as well as 2 international teams. Middle and high school student members competed in more than 60 competitive events based on principles and concepts learned through projects through the school year in STEM: science, technology, engineering, mathematics subjects. At this time, it is my pleasure and honor to recognize Cy Woods High School student Ali Durkowski, who placed first in state and second in nationals in architecture. The judges complimented Ali on her knowledge and skills that she brought to the contest. Second is Cypress Woods High School student Robert Lipham, who placed second in state and qualified nationals on Insight NQE computer-aided design CAD 3D engineering. And last but not least is former Langham Creek student, welcome back, Taylor Frith Brown, who placed first in state and 6th in nationals for technical sketching, up from 8th place in the same category last year. At this time, I ask Allie's, Roberts, and Taylor's administrators, teachers, and invited guests and family members to stand to be recognized. Allie Robert Taylor, congratulations on this accomplishment. You have brought great pride to yourself, your campus, and Cyfair Independent School District. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Agenda item 1H, the board will recognize Andrew Liu and Ian Eccles, who placed first in the state in the University Interscholastic League 5A Academics Spring Meet. Presenter is Pam Edwards.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is my pleasure to present to you this evening two Cypress Woods High School students who distinguished themselves at the Spring UIL Academic Meet held in Austin last May. These students placed first in the state among all 5A schools participating. They are Andrew Liu, first place Computer Science team, and Ian Eccles, first place Accounting individual event. Both of these young men are seniors at Cypress Woods High School. Could you join me in a round of applause for them, please? Boys, we are all very proud of your accomplishments. And if the parents of Ian and Andrew would please stand, as well as the administrators and sponsors from Cypress Woods, so that we can also congratulate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. Agenda item 1I, the board will recognize Cypress Falls High School student Roshni Chadwani, who was elected as one of 11 Key Club International trustees at the Key Club International Convention. Presenter will be Cy Falls Principal, Ms. Becky Denton. Ms. Denton?
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is my pleasure to introduce you tonight to a young lady who has made her life about service. Cypress Falls High School senior Roshni Chandwani was elected as one of the 11 Key Club International trustees at the Key Club International Convention in Washington, D.C. She has served as the president of the Cypress Falls Key Club, in addition to the district convention liaison, long before she was elected as the international trustee this summer. As an international trustee, Roshni is a figurehead and a mentor of Key Club International and oversees the Kentucky, Tennessee, Pacific Northwest, and Eastern Canada districts on the international level. In fact, in August, they flew her to Canada to mentor and oversee the Key Club International in Canada. I don't think they had this when I was in school. I was very interested. Isn't that amazing? We're really proud of Roshni, and her mother and I were talking earlier of how we could figure out a way to keep her local. And so told her we just maybe didn't have to sign her diploma. So excited to have her at Cypress Falls, and we'll miss her, and just is such an example of service and leadership. Her parents, I know, are here. Will you please stand and let us say thank you to you, as well as many staff members of Cypress Falls. Will you please stand, all staff members at Cypress Falls? Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Congratulations again, Roshni. Agenda item 1J, the superintendent will make remarks and announcements, including the honors and achievements earned by staff and students in recent weeks. Dr. Henry?
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Trustees, we wrapped up our football season with the Cyfair Bobcats as district champions, Langham Creek second place, Cy Woods third place, Cy Ridge fourth place. Cyfair, Cy Woods, and Cy Ridge also won their Region 3 5A by-district games. Cyfair won the Division I Region 3 5A semifinal game and concluded a successful season in the Region 3 5A final game on Saturday with a 12-2 record. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Ryan for those that are in the audience today. We have such a dedicated group of employees that we don't honor and recognize enough. Everyone associated with the Berry Center who set the evening up this tonight. It was something. It's the first time we've ever tried this, and I can already say it's been a very successful evening up to this point. So all Berry Center staff who set everything up tonight, would you please stand, or if you're back there working, wave your hand so we can acknowledge you. At this time, I would like Roy Garcia to introduce our new principal at Salyards Middle School, Elizabeth Wood. Roy?
Thank you, Dr. Henry. President Ryan and Board of Trustees, last month we announced Ms. Elizabeth Wood as the new principal at Salyards Middle School. Tonight, we'd like to introduce her to you and to the CFISD community. Liz received her Bachelor of Science in Education from Louisiana State University and her Master's in Educational Administration from Stephen F. Austin University. Liz has 25 years in the education profession. She served as a high school math teacher for 5 years in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and 9 years as a math teacher at Cypress Falls High School. She also served as an academic achievement specialist, director of instruction, and associate principal at Cypress Falls. In addition, Liz served as a summer school principal. When Liz is not working, she enjoys spending time with her husband of 6.5 years, John, and with keeping up with their blended family of 6 children. Jason, who is serving in the U.S. Navy, Allie, who is a math teacher at Cy Falls, Ryan, who is a college student studying construction management, and they also have 3 children in high school. Erica, a senior at Cy Woods, Madison, a sophomore at Cy Woods, and Taylor, a sophomore at Cy Ranch. Please join me in congratulating Liz on her new leadership assignment.
Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, thank you so very much for giving me the opportunity to serve as the principal of Salyards Middle School. I am so excited and so honored to work with the students, the awesome staff, and the community. I look so forward to what lies ahead to build on the successes that Salyard has had and on the traditions that have been laid. This has just been a great opportunity, and I am so very thankful and proud to serve as the principal. I would like to recognize family and friends with me tonight. My family, my husband John, my daughter Maddie, Taylor, Allie, and Ryan. Jason and Erica were not able to be with us tonight. And then now I would like to recognize my 2 special families, my Cypress Falls families of 21 years. Guys, would you please stand? Thank you. And then my new family, those from Salyards Middle School. Guys, stand. Thank you. And I would like to recognize one more special person, someone who has been with me since I began in administration, my mentor, my friend, Becky Denton. Stand, Becky. Love you. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our talented students and coaches. These names and achievements will be recorded in the official minutes of the meeting. Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. At this time, since we're going to have a little break in the agenda, since we have students that are still here, and I know that we've got finals approaching, and I know most of you want to meet the spectacular Liz Wood and all the honorees that we have tonight. So let's take about a 3-minute break, and those of you that need to leave can do so now. Thank you. Before we continue, I can't tell from the lights and the glare off of Dr. Henry's head. Are there any CLC members in the audience tonight? If you are, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you, Mr. Ritchie. Nice of you to be here. See, that glare just caught me off guard. Agenda item 2A, any board member may make a comment during this portion of the agenda without prior posting being required. Comment items may not pertain to the character of any student, staff, or board member, and may not be discussed or deliberated upon at this time. Do any board members wish to make a comment? Mr. Kobe.
I just wanted to, everybody knows that I'm a real supporter of the fine arts, but I wanted you to know that I did go to the Cy-Fair football game playoffs this last Saturday, which were not conducive for shorts or short sleeve shirts. But I will tell you, I was extremely proud of Ed Pajowski, the coaches, staff, the players, the band, the flag corps, the drill team did an amazing job. They were extremely respectful. The team played hard. It was a sad loss, but it was not one you wanted to leave before the end of the game. So I want to thank all of the people in Cy-Fair, making us very proud in the Cy-Fair district.
Thank you, Mr. Covey. Mr. Jackson? No, you're not.
In the most recent issue of the teacher's magazine, The Advocate, there was an interesting article that tracked the flow of the rainy day fund itself and suggested that it ought to be renamed the Rainy Day Flood. I would like to say thank you to the teacher organizations, the teachers themselves, as well as members of the CLC who urged our state leaders to use the rainy day flood for the benefit of our students throughout the state of Texas. Although they chose not to do so, I hope they will reconsider in the coming legislative session.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Ms. Hartley?
I just want to say tonight was great. I think it's really nice to be able to honor our students. We have amazing students in all different aspects, and it's really nice for them to be able to get highlighted here. I also want to bring up the the Candy Cane Fun Run that was in Fairfield this weekend. It was an amazing thing to see 1,300 people come together from 3 different elementary schools and Salyards Middle School, and that great community effort and fun that to me represents Cy-Fair ISD all the time. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Hartley. Agenda item 3A. Patrons who have duly registered per policy BED local may address the board regarding matters of concern, interest to the district, other than the character of any student, staff, or board member. The board may not act upon any matter that is not listed under the action item portion of the agenda. The board will continue with the remaining agenda after the registered patrons have had an opportunity to speak. This will be a little bit different format for those of you that come up and speak often, especially Ms. Stoner. You'll be the first one, so you might want to start making your way up here. We'll be using the stand over to my right, your left, and Ms. Hartley will be our designated timekeeper. Our first speaker will be Ms. Mary Stoner. Ms. Stoner.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, and viewing audience. This is the season of reflection, a time when we give thanks for the many blessings we have experienced. It's also a time to create a wish list of those items we've only dreamed about. Imagine our students' joy if we closed schools 2 weeks early, gave our employees a bonus check, and provided elves to help with paperwork. Imagine, just imagine. 'Twas 2 weeks before Christmas, and all through the school, not a student acted out, because that was uncool. The books were all stacked in the bookshelves with care, in hopes that vacation would soon be there. The children were restless, but sat in their seats. Their minds were on Christmas, not on the poetry of Keats. Yet teachers kept teaching, and I tried to rap, but their brains were all settled for a long winter's nap. When on the school lawn there arose such a clatter, we burst from our places to see what was the matter. Away to the windows we flew like a bird to check out the noises that we had just heard. The sun on the top of long pieces of tin gave the luster of midday to the objects within, when what to our wondering eyes should appear but a long line of buses without any reindeer. We looked at each other in amazement and joy, every principal, teacher, and girl and boy. For there stood Dr. Henry with face all aflame, and he whistled and shouted and called us by name. Now Riley, now Tommy, now Patty and Jack, now Maribel, now Javion, Aunt Bella and Zach. I've come to announce that you good boys and girls, school is dismissed, but you can't make a noise. So the children and teachers muffled their shout. Dr. Henry's eyes twinkled as we scurried about, from classes to stairwells and into the hall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Dr. Henry's not chubby, but he's a right jolly elf, and we laughed when we saw him in spite of ourselves. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave us to know we had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his desk and signed our bonus paychecks, which was our request. Then resting his pen, he said, there's one more perk. You'll each get an assistant to help with paperwork. He sprang to his limo and gave his team a whistle, and away they all drove like down of a thistle. But we heard him explain ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Cyfair TSTA NEA wishes all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Ms. Stoner. You know, there's some things that I really want to say right now about Dr. Henry, but I won't. Our next speaker is Mr. Mike Garcia.
Thank you all. Good evening. My name is Mike Garcia. I'm a field organizer for Cyfair AFT. We're an organization that lends support to the employees of the Cyfair School District. I'm here on behalf of our organization to recognize the outstanding contributions to the community made by the CFISD Transportation Department. There are many career options in the field of transportation, but it's the school bus driver that transports our most precious cargo, our children. However, these drivers do not work alone. They rely on the support of attendants, dispatchers, mechanics, technicians, paraprofessionals, and the supervisors to help ensure that these students get to and from school safely. With great success, they perform their duties while being held to the highest of standards. On a personal note, working alongside these men and women has been one of the most rewarding things in my life. This winter, the Cyfair AFT Transportation Committee has organized a food and coat drive to benefit the local community. Over the last few weeks, we have received a generous outpouring of donations of both winter clothing and non-perishable foods, all of which almost exclusively has come from the employees of the Cyfair ISD Transportation Department. We would like to thank our partner, Cy-Hope, whose assistance ensures that everything donated will go directly to the families of students in this district. In addition, we would also like to thank the Transportation Department's administration, in particular Mr. William Powell and his staff, for allowing us the use of their facilities and their assistance in creating awareness for this cause. Thanks to all of these people, there are many who will be warm and fed this winter that might have otherwise gone without. It is with this in mind we'd like to present this plaque as a token of our appreciation to Mr. Powell to accept on behalf of his entire department. We hope that you will join us in recognizing the Cyfair ISD Transportation Department for their outstanding service to our community. And with the board's permission, we'd like to invite him up here to accept this. Thank you.
For those of you viewing in the audience and at home, I'd like to recognize Mr. Powell, who's our Director of Transportation. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Garcia. Our next presenter will be Mr. John Tinkle.
Good evening, Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. Thanks for letting me come up here and speak for a couple minutes. I'm here tonight. Actually, I'm a former student of Cyfair High School. I graduated back in 1974. I also attended Lampkin and Arnold, all the same place here on 290. I'm here to talk about the Ag Center across the street from Cyfair High School. Mr. Grimm, who was my ag teacher when I was in high school, served this district for 43 years. And I don't know that it's customary for y'all to name facilities after these types of facilities after teachers, but this one needs to be named after him. It's a good facility. It was a big part of my life when I was there. Actually, when I showed, we had a tent. And in 1972, I was president of the Ag chapter, and we built the show barn that now is all this other stuff that's there. It's a great facility, and I think he's deserving of this. He put 43 years in, not only just at the school, but the rodeo on the summer. He was there every Friday night till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with the rest of us when we were working the stock. So please give it a strong consideration. This is the 20th year, I think, of that show barn, so if it could be done, I'd like to see it get done before then so that we could have maybe a ribbon cutting at the show this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tinkle. Appreciate you coming to speak. Our next speaker will be Lee Matthews.
Good evening, Mr. Ryan, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry. My name is Lee Matthews. I'm the Ag Science teacher at Cypress Ridge High School, and I'm here today representing the Ag teachers of the district, the 14 of us, and all 10 high schools' Ag programs, to request that you do consider the changing of the name of the Telge Road Exhibit Center to the C.R. Grimm Agri-Science Complex. All 14 Ag teachers are on board with this. We also have many signatures from the community that would like to see this done. You heard from Mr. Tinkle that 43 years of Mr. Grimm's reign at Cyfair High School came in under Mr. Arnold. There's not very many people that can say they spent 43 years at the same high school in the same district their entire career. And that's something that I think we really should honor this man that gave his life and his love to our community in naming a facility after him that he built with his students. The original facility, many of y'all have been to our Ag show that's at the end of January, and the original facility of that barn is that center facility, that center barn, where most of our pigs are held during our show. That since has been moved and are added to, and almost about every 5 years it seems like, and now we've got a beautiful facility that was awarded to us, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now we've got our livestock show is the biggest livestock show, school livestock show in the state, and even bigger than most county fairs in the state. And to be able to give this honor to Mr. Grimm, I think would speak volumes to honoring a man that did so much for this community. So again, with this being our 20th year of the livestock show, I think it's only fitting that we do that this year and do try to have a ribbon cutting for that, should you choose to accept this. Thank you again for your time and your consideration of this.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Our next speaker will be Miss Kathy Hoover. Former neighbor of mine. Hello, Kathy Hoover.
I'm going to be Debbie Downer today. I'm a 1973 graduate of Arnold Junior High School, a 1977 graduate of Cypher High School, and a 2013 retiree from Cypher ISD. All 31 years of my teaching career have been spent with Cypher, and I have been a strong supporter of the district throughout that period. At various times, the school board has asked me to sign contracts without knowing salary figures and sign contracts without raises. I did so knowing that board members were my neighbors, my dentist, my veterinarian, my mother's best friend. I always trusted that they were on my side and that we were in the same boat, rowing in the same direction, until now. The administration's decision to harm the 2013 retirees without offering any kind of meaningful remediation is a decision that will have long-term consequences for me and my family, as well as seriously damaging the trust and goodwill engendered by years of largely good relations between the board and the staff of the district. Finding a way to make this right for retirees is the only moral and ethical action the board can take. In addition, reconsidering this decision and finding a way to make prospective retirees whole may restore the cordial relations that previously existed between the staff and the school board.
For while you may think that this affects only a fraction of your employees, the distrust and insecurity sowed by this decision will affect relationships between the board and CFISD employees for a good while. No CFISD employee can be certain that the board or its representatives are operating in good faith or that decisions that they make for their future are secure. It is a message that's not lost on the rest of the staff. I urge you to reconsider that. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to speak, Kathy. During the Committee of the Whole on Thursday, December 5th, 2013, the following reports were received. Agenda item 3A, in accordance with the Texas Education Code and State Board of Education regulations, the President of the Board shall announce the name of each board member who has completed, exceeded, or who is deficient in the continuing education required under state law. Agenda item 4B, the administration will provide a report on the new district logo. Agenda item 4C, the administration will provide a written report on the end-of-year academic performance and literacy assessment of elementary students in grades K through 2 for 2012-2013 school year. Also, during the course of the Committee of the Whole meeting, it was the consensus of the board that the following action items be approved as submitted or amended. Agenda item 5A, the board will consider awarding bids and contracts and or authorizing purchase orders as recommended in the posted agenda item. 1, art and miscellaneous school supplies. 2, bark mulch. 3, central packaging, food service. 4, cleaning supplies, food service. 5, office supplies. 6, paper for food service. 7, produce for food service. Agenda item 5B, the board will consider approving the district advanced placement and dual credit government textbook recommendation for spring 2014. Agenda item 5C, the board will consider approving the attached list of students for off-campus physical education category 1 for the school years 2013-2014 fall and will continue through spring 2014. Agenda item 5D, the board will consider approving the attached list of students for off-campus physical education, category 1, for the 2013-2014 school year spring. Agenda item 5E, the board will consider approving on second reading additions, revisions, or deletions to district policies, DMC local professional development, continuing professional education, delete, FEB local attendance, attendance accounting revise. Agenda item 5F, the board will consider approving the tax refunds of $500 or greater for the Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. Agenda item 5G, the board will consider approving the minutes of the November 11th, 2013 regular meeting. Agenda item 5H, the board will consider approving the minutes of the November 18th, 2013 special called meeting. On Thursday, the following non-consensus items were placed on the consensus agenda. Agenda item 6A, the board will consider authorizing the superintendent or designee to negotiate and execute the interlocal governmental agreement between Harris County Municipal Utility District number 29 and Cypress-Fairbanks ISD for the providing of funds for the installation of playground equipment at Emmett Elementary School. Agenda item 6B, the board will consider authorizing the superintendent or designee to negotiate and execute a 0.7011 acre tract for a waterline easement to West Harris County Regional Water Authority located at M. Robinson Elementary School. If any board member wishes to remove one or more items for further discussion, please do so at this time. If not, I will entertain a motion to approve the consensus items as recommended or amended.
Mr. President, I'll make that motion that we approve the consensus items as recommended or amended.
I have a motion from Dr. Ogletree. Do I have a second? I have a second from Ms. Hartley. Any questions from board members? All those in favor, please raise your hand. It's unanimous. The board discussed the following items on Thursday evening during the Committee of the Whole meeting. Agenda item 7A, the board will review options for establishing attendance boundaries for Anthony Middle School opening in the 2014-2015 school year. Agenda item 7B, the board will review rezoning modifications of multiple campus attendance boundaries for the 2014-15 school year. Agenda item 7C, the board will discuss a proposed bond study process. Okay, someone didn't pay the bill. Okay, are we back on? Okay, all right. Man. 7C, the board will discuss a proposed bond study process. Agenda item 7D, the board will discuss the superintendent's evaluation for the 2012-2013 school year. This item may be discussed in closed session. We will not have that tonight, just to let y'all know. Any questions on those? Teresa, is there anything that you need to add to what we had on Thursday night to those attendance boundaries? No? Okay, thank you very much. We will now go on to the superintendent's briefing portion of the agenda. Dr. Henry will make comments and provide information of interest to our staff and community. Dr. Henry?
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. The fall graduation, believe it or not, for Winfern High School will be held on Friday, December 20th at 7 p.m. at the Berry Center. The Winfern High School graduating class of December 2013 is expected to include 110 students. Certainly, we commend these students, their parents, and the Winfern staff for this great accomplishment. December 23rd through January 3rd, district schools and the Instructional Support Center will be closed to the public for the holidays. All support facilities will be closed December 24th, 25th, 31st, and January 1st. Classes will resume on Tuesday, January 7th. Additionally, Monday, January 20th will be a student and staff holiday honoring Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. If there is an emergency to report during the holidays, please contact security at 281-897-4337. I would like to extend my warmest holiday wishes to our students, employees, and their families, and hope that it is a safe, restful, and joyous holiday season for all. Residents should remember that with the upcoming New Year's holiday, Texas law prohibits the discharge of fireworks on school district property. The CFISD Security Department will patrol the district's premises during the holiday season. Citizens who observe fireworks violations are requested to contact the district's security dispatcher at 281-897-4337. On January 18th, Cypress Lakes High School will host our 5th annual Catch the Dream event from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This community event is for both parents and students and will focus on our college or career readiness. Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. That concludes our meeting tonight. I would like to say on behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Trustees that we wish our students, staff, and community members a happy holiday season. We hope it's safe and joyful for you and your family, and good night.